You know, it was a very wet stretch of weather for a few days last week. We had a chance to finally dry out this weekend, so I just want to relive the moment here just in case you missed some of the rainfall totals from last week. And since we're setting up for some dry weather, if you did get too much water, we have a chance to dry out for a while now. But this is rainfall last Thursday through Sunday. Nearly all of it was on Thursday and Friday. And so we zoom in, some of the heavier rainfall totals out of all those storms last week. Remember, this is a 4-day total, about 7.2 inches here north of Citrus City, about 5.5 there north of La Jolla. 5 inches or so just southwest of Raymondville. One spot here, kind of where Willacy County, Hidalgo County, and Cameron County all come together, about 6.5 inches there. In fact, I was at the livestock show this weekend, and I ran into a guy there, said he has a property out there, and he went out there on Saturday, and he said it was just like a house sticking out of a lake, basically. So, yeah, a little too much water in parts of the valley. So hopefully you're not having any flooding problems. But if you did, things finally calming down for a while. No major rain for at least on the foreseeable future this week and early next week. 79 in Rio Grande City tomorrow, about 77 in San Ysidro. Most of Hidalgo County in the upper 70s for highs. I don't know why I left that word rain on there. It's not rain, it's all sun. Just ignore that word there tonight. Sunshine out tomorrow. Now across the valley, sunshine should make an appearance tomorrow with what should be a warmer day. Temperatures back up into the 70s as you saw. Maybe some patches of clouds left over in the morning, but the clouds are really thinning out right now. But it's possible you might get a little bit of low clouds or fog in spots towards sunrise, but mostly just clear skies when you wake up, I think. Now here we are with the European model. If you follow the lines on here, the northwesterly flow, usually a drier flow that clears things out, and that's what's happening gradually here. So tomorrow we'll be back into the sunshine. By the time we get to Wednesday, things still pretty calm. You notice we start to pick up some gray on here and indicate maybe some at least partly sunny skies coming back at times on Wednesday. The humidity will start to increase, so you might get some clouds building up from time to time, but not enough to cause really any good rain chances. By Thursday, we could get a little breezier in the even Friday and Saturday, and with that comes more humidity and again, not clouds everywhere, but you might see some patches of clouds around, especially in the morning hours, and maybe more of a partly to sometimes mostly cloudy sky in the afternoon by the weekend. But you see no green on the map and indicating no rain building up. Any cold fronts are kind of bounced off of us, so we stay breezy and kind of warm, not hot, but at least temperatures back around 80 or better most days all the way up through this weekend and early next week. And still, even by next Monday night, you still don't even see any rain in Texas. So rain chances pretty slim. I threw a couple of mainly dries in here just in case when the clouds sticking up in the morning, you might get a little sprinkle, but that's about it. If you see any more in the rain gauge than this much, like that little tiny amount of rain all week long, maybe a couple drops if you get some mist or drizzle one morning, that's about it. So across the country though, cold weather's still hanging on. Even though we're almost to spring, cold air outbreak here. Temperatures in the teens in North Dakota, that cold air making it over toward the East Coast, and that's where the messy weather begins. Snow falling there, and check out the snowfall totals. Hopefully you're not trying to travel to the northeast. If you look at the snowfall totals through Wednesday morning and afternoon, about 2 to 3 feet potentially around central New York, even about a foot in parts of the mountains around Maryland and West Virginia. So major late season storm there in places which have barely seen any snow all season. 78 tomorrow for a high, 81 here by Wednesday, and it gets a little breezy at times late in the week for St. Patrick's Day and for the weekend, but it stays fairly consistent. Highs mostly in the low 80s and lows in the 60s later this week with mainly dry weather. So enjoy spring break week, and we'll keep tracking it in your First Warn 5 forecast coming up.